Podcast. I'm your brother, Old God, from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother Sam and Viral Hip Hop News. It is a Friday. We are in the building.
Yeah.
We are live. Another episode of the Uncensored True Podcast. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
What's good? What's good? Everybody that's coming into the building, before you enjoy the Uncensored Truth Podcast, I need y'all to do me two favors. Go ahead and hit that like button, family, and make sure that you share this video. Doing very well tonight. Happy to be in the building on our Friday night. You know what I mean? I was going to say service, but, episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast, man. Yeah, man. Definitely.
It's always good to be in the building. We got a little news today. Been talking about it the last couple of days, and obviously we're going to get into it as we let the people in the chat room come through. Y'all know how we do on Friday evenings. Make sure y'all drop y'all area code. Show us some love. Let us know where you're coming from. Let us know where you're chilling from. We love to show our people they support. Indeed, man. As I get the phone up, I don't see us live for some reason. I got to find that. But while I do, man, shout out to area codes. And how you doing today, oh God?
Oh, man, perfect, man. Snowing out, but we here. We in the building ready. You know what I'm saying? To, deliver. You know what I mean? Maybe YouTube's a little late with the notification.
Indeed.
But nevertheless, we're going to definitely, get it in as the people begin to fill up in the building today on the Uncensored Truth Podcast. Let's get it. You already know what we talking about today, man. Definitely.
I mean, it's only one thing really to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
6ix9ine. Look like he's singing a little bit. We're going to talk about whether or not that's justified. We will get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Singing like Luther right now.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But yeah, all right, I got us up. Word up. With a 313 in the building. That's the only one I see right now.
Cool.
But yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Wait for people to get in here and get rocking.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But yeah, man, as you come in, the people who are going to watch this now and later, go ahead and hit that like button, you know what I mean, and share the video. Let a friend know that the Uncensored Truth Podcast is live. We're going to go in today and talk about this. We know this is one of the hot topics, today, the Tekashi 6ix9ine, it appears that he entered a plea deal with the FBI and is pretty much, agreeing to pretty much tell them everything. Now, the word came down earlier from TMZ that Tekashi 6ix9ine on January the 23rd pleaded guilty to multiple counts of racketeering, conspiracy, firearms, narcotic trafficking, people are now pretty much saying that if he's, taking a deal with them, he's pretty much willing to, tell on everybody and everything. And this is what it looks like, right now. Now, according to the documents, the rapper and his associates are a part of the 9 Trey Blood Gangster, a criminal organization whose members and associates engage in, among other activities, acts involving murder, robbery, and narcotics trafficking. Now, Tekashi 6ix9ine was singing like a bird. He did say that he shot at an individual who was a rival gang member, participated in a gunpoint robbery of rivals of the 9 Trey. He also, was charged in a conspiracy to distribute over 1 kilogram of a substance that could be detectable, pretty much heroin. He pretty much told, and some other things, that he was pretty much telling. Now, also, they're saying that he is going to pretty much, agree to give up any and every member that he ever ran with, meaning that he will be snitching.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he told on himself. So, good and goddamn well, he was going to tell on everybody else. As soon as we found out, it came out of his mouth on everything he did. Now, you got a lot of people saying, obviously, this dude was never built like that, was never going to be in a situation where he didn't tell. Well, a lot of those people were also the same people, myself included, saying that he may not have been in gangs at all. This may have all been a facade. This may all have been fake. And now we come to find out that no, in fact, that wasn't fake. That was very real. He admitted on helping people pull out acts of murder, drugs, trafficking. He told on it all. So if you think he told that, oh yeah, he's about to tell everything. Now, I want to get into it a little bit, and I want to take this a little, I don't want to rush into this. I want to take this slow. But what does it mean about him snitching? Now, we both talked about, obviously, we had the feeling as soon as he went in back in November that some singing was about to be done. And then the discussion came about on whether or not it was justified. What are your thoughts on that?
Justified him snitching?
Yeah.
I mean, how? I mean,
based on what we knew, what we thought we knew or didn't know, is whether or not 6ix9ine even a part of this. Was this a whole publicity stunt based off of that argument? And now what we know now.
I mean, you know, that's the, you know, the initial argument that they tried to come with, like, you know, he was just playing around, you know, but now he's coming out and saying, look, I was a part of this shit. I was a part of the gang. We admitted, you know, we did robberies, we shot people, we sold dope, we did all of that. So that argument is out the window now, you know, him saying that, you know, that he can't, you know, it was just for the camera. Nah, you admitted that you're a part of this gang. You're taking the plea deal. So now what comes along with this is, okay, 6ix9ine, what did you do? Who'd you do it with? Oh, you did it with Shotty. Tell us how this went down. Okay, in exchange for that, what we're going to do is, and like they said, they're going to write a letter. They're going to write a letter, you know, to the government's going to write a letter to the judge recommending leniency, which meaning that if you already told all of this, that it's pretty much like, you know, a guarantee that he's going to tell on these guys at this point. It's pretty much guaranteed.
If he told on himself, he's going to tell on all of them.
Right.
Why not?
Right. Because it's like it's like you put your foot in the water, you got to jump in now with the feds. If not, they're going to, you know, anybody who would tell you, you know, that if you don't cooperate all the way, then you could be, you know, looked at as a hostile witness. So you got to give them everything. You know what I mean?
Does this, now that everything is seemingly playing out now, he won't be sentenced officially till 2020, January, the end of January of 2020. So he has another year, obviously, to continue just to go and tell on people and do what he has to do until he eventually gets sentenced. What does this say to his career? Now, 2017, he couldn't have been the hottest. 2018, excuse me, he was the hottest thing out, the most talked about person out here. And now 2019, at 23 years old, 22 years old, it's seeming as though his life is over. Whether he does 10 years, 15 years, yeah, he may get out of prison because he's singing and telling on everybody. But what does this mean? The money's gone. The women are going to be gone. The rap career is gone. Right. He's done.
Well, I think they said earlier, you know, to give people a little bit more clarity on, you know, how long he could be. 47, I think they said right now is the max. So he's, you know, trying to get that letter now to get, you know, it down. So we don't know. It could be anywhere. Who knows what they're going to, you know, try to slap on him. You know, people are saying 10, 15, 20. Who knows? But yeah, I think, you know, career maybe not over, but as far as what he stood for as a rapper, that's over. That image of him trying to be a thug, maybe he can just do the Latin music, you know, and kind of blend into that, you know, when he gets out. What is he, 20, 24, 25? 22. So, you know, 10 years, he come out, he's mid-30s, you know, maybe he can, you know, again, you know, do the Latin thing, but as far as that image as him being a thug, you know, I'll come to your city, what you going to do? Nobody can touch me. That's done. His music career may be over too, because not that many people can, you know, sit in prison for a decade plus and come back out and be strong. It's almost impossible.
You know, according to the reports on TMZ, they were saying that while in court, he said that he joined 9 Trey Bloods in the fall of 2017. And in March 20th of 2018, he admitted in helping members of the gang attempt to kill a rival to increase his own standing in 9 Trey. Then on April 3rd, he said that he and other members robbed another rival at gunpoint. He got into the Chief Keef shooting, saying in court, he paid a person to shoot a rival member of the 9 Trey to scare him. The shooting took place in Manhattan. He also admitted in selling the drugs. What I was trying to get to is, he said that, the reason why he did that was to maintain or increase his own standing in 9 Trey. What I'm trying to get to is this a situation you think, oh God, where this was a kid just trying to prove himself, not really about this at all, and the music and the persona just got ahead of him, and then he just really had to kind of almost live that lie out to where it was true. And he was doing shit out here that he wasn't really ready for. Do you think that's happening, or do you think this was a genuine case of Daniel Hernandez being involved in the gang this entire time, walking in a career in the gang, and this was really the life that he lived? Because if so, what the fuck is he singing for?
Well, I think he knew, you know what I mean? 22, he's an adult. I think he knew exactly, you know, what he was doing, you know, in the streets and whatnot. Maybe he didn't, you know, you got a lot of guys who are knuckleheads and they really don't think about the consequences, or they don't give a fuck. So, you know, I think he knew fair well. I don't think he can, you know, sit back and take this stance like, oh, you know, I was just, you know, a young kid being influenced by these people to do this. I was pressured into this. Then, you know, once you're an adult, I mean, you make adult decisions. You got full, you know, control over what you do. Now, if he was, you know, trying to prove himself, I think that's nutty. I mean, because now look where he's at. Why do that though? If you're a successful rapper or move to be a successful rapper, why the gangster image? Why try to prove that you're somebody that you're not? You know what I'm saying?
Well, without that gangster image, oh God, can we honestly sit here and say he would be where he was today if it wasn't for that. If it wasn't that driving this whole image, driving his music, because I mean, outside of the people that the 13 to 17-year-old demographic, no one was taking his music very seriously. It wasn't something we were bumping in our car. It was the beats might have been crazy, might have been something you can listen to in the club, but genuine hip hop music, nah, that's a joke. So where does it stand? Was it the music, or was he really genuinely trying to portray an image? I don't know, because if you ask me, if it wasn't for the whole Treyway persona and things like that, his music wouldn't win anywhere.
I mean, yeah, I mean, still, I get it, but it's still like, I mean, people, like the rhythm of the music, they like the, the tempo of the music, even if they didn't know what he was about, you know what I mean, in the street. I mean, the music resonated with, different people. But yeah, I get it. I mean, everybody in rap, that's like the thing to be. It's not like a soft rapper who, you don't consider you a rapper, you like the personas, you're tough, you're from the street, you'll knock somebody out, you'll shoot this guy. This is the whole persona that most rappers carry. And it's cool to be a backpack rapper. We see a lot of them. You don't always have to be a street dude. And just because you're not a street dude don't mean you won't lay somebody on their back either. A lot of guys think just because they, so-called did things in the street that they can just pick on people and do it. Nah, that's not going to happen either. You got guys who, suburban cats, maybe, in the nice houses, but to put you on your back and are ready for that at all times. But, yeah, I just think, 6ix9ine is like a lot of, probably thousands of kids, in America, in the United States. They, misled, trying to follow the crowd, doing all types of stupid, dumb things and ending up in prison. If you go to prison, you go to your county jail, you'll see, hundreds of 6ix9ines in there, just crazy, wild dudes.
And the thing is, though, now today, because you point a picture like, okay, you got these kids out here that want to portray a gangster lifestyle, want to seem as though they're cool by sitting here doing this, but the original even premise of it was not getting on the phone and talking about it, not running your mouth, not showing your hand, not doing this. And like you said, there's a ton of 6ix9ines in jail right now that went there and showed their hand. And we're not going to sit here and act like 6ix9ine was the poster child for it, but he took trolling, he took the gangster image and portrayed it on camera and made it a lifestyle where it looked cool for these young kids on IG. I'm winning, I got the jewels, I'm saying this, I'm doing that. So hopefully in all of this, people and the young kids can learn like, yo, this ain't the way to go, because in 365 days, you could be doing 47 years to life in prison, or you be singing like a bird. Now let's get back to the singing, because a lot of people are going to get on him. A lot of people are going to talk trash. And I was one to say early on that if he did sing, I mean, what do you expect him to do? In the event that he wasn't about that life. Now it seems as though he was about that life. And I have a huge issue with him going and telling on them people. And here's why. If you do dirt with somebody, if me and you go ahead and we decide that we're going to take it upon ourselves to do some shit that we know is fucked up, and we do it together, I get caught, I can't go and tell on you. Especially if you have a family, especially if you have this is the code that we live by. Now his son's or his baby mother was on there, and we ain't gonna get into the tea, but she kind of talked about like, you left me out here to dry, you got my family out here in danger. And with all seriousness, that's the kind of shit that comes with this kind of stuff. You can't tell for these reasons. You have people that you must protect. So how serious is that in regards to in this whole situation, as far as him telling?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he, once again, according to the street code, if you're portraying his lifestyle, especially, and you got to think about, okay, if he's admitting that he's part of the 9 Trey Bloods, what I mean? We're talking about, an organization who has rules, who has, different, things that people are supposed to do to be down and whatnot. So, I understand that you have, people in some, different gang members, they like to characterize, themselves as doing stuff. You have people, I'm not saying you don't have people that don't do some, some good things, but, we know that the stigma on gangs pretty much is negative in this country. So when you're saying you're associated with the 9 Trey Bloods, I mean, you're saying that you're a gangster, you down for that lifestyle. So, I mean, I don't think he can get away from it. You know what I'm saying? At all. It's like, I'm pretty sure, like, if he were to tell, it should be a penalty for that. Like, if you with the gang and y'all got like, yo, if you tell, we got to do this to you. This is what it is. Because, it's like, it's like you see the movies, you see the kid, I think on ATL when Big Boy, when he gave the dude the pack, and it's like, this is grown man, this is grown man business, right? This ain't no play. This is real money. This is real product. You don't come back with it, I'm liable to put hands on you and maybe even do worse to you. So going into that, you got to know, you know what I'm saying, what it is. So he has to be held accountable, you know, for that. Now, I thought that he probably would rat, you know what I'm saying, being his dog. I don't think he was built like that. But according to the street code, he's dead wrong. It just is what it is.
If you're saying this stupid motherfucker, man. And I don't even, and then that's just my gut reaction. It's sad because if you ain't built for that, don't do it. And this, I can't help but to think that he got in over his head and he was trying to portray an image that he really wasn't and live a lie to its fullest degree. And now he's sitting somewhere caught up. It's crazy, man.
Now they're also, you know, speculating that once he does go all the way in and pretty much once he begins to give information on, you know, which they're saying that he already has other members that he was associated with, that he may have to go into the witness protection. You know what I mean? Because now you're talking about the report that came out that his girlfriend may be fearing for her life now. Witness protection, you know, in a jail now. We talked about that aspect in the beginning of him, you know, being in a jail. And now the word, you know, spreading throughout the, you know, the prison and whatnot, saying that this dude's a snitch. Somebody may, you know, want to take action. So they are saying, you know, I think the prosecution was saying that they may be, you know, recommending that he go into witness protection at some point. What do you think about, you know, that aspect of him just going into witness protection?
Well, obviously he's not safe in jail. If he while he's in prison, he's not safe. He's not safe around anybody or anything. The worst thing you could be is a pedophile, someone that took a kid, someone that took a woman, or a rat. And now he's probably going to be the most popularized rat wherever he sits at. You know what? It makes me think of something that you texted me earlier, because one of our people, they emailed you. And if you don't mind me reading what they emailed you, I want to read that to the people real quick in regards to what they were thinking was happening. Shout out. This is somebody that's potentially looking to intern with the brothers at Hip Hop News, Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News. Shout out to you. This is what they left. Oh, God. If 6ix9ine gets off with less than 6 years, it's my opinion, he snitched or he is the feds. Out here in the Bay Area, 707, where I'm from, Mac Dre was the first rapper to get caught up on a conspiracy charge. He went to jail just for knowing. Watch Jay Diggs' interview on Vlad TV. Dre wasn't in the car, wasn't in on any licks. They had a wire. They knew this. He still went to jail for knowing, period. Wasn't nobody shot. Wasn't no murder plots in Dre's situation. They're talking about putting hits out. If 6ix9ine don't go to real Fed prison after a trial, he was the informant all along, or he snitched. Thank me for the game later. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, nah, definitely, you know, appreciate. I didn't get a chance to look at that video because they had a lot, you know, a different, you know, he broke them down in a lot of different videos. So I don't know exactly what video we're talking about, but do appreciate that email from that person who sent that. Yeah, I think, you know, I talked about that in the beginning. I said, I think, man, there's a possibility this dude could be like an informant, you know, no proof, but just kind of looking at, you know, the way, you know, some things played out and, you know, the history of the government and what they, you know, could do. And you always got to know that they're always into street gangs. And ironically, he ends up in a 9 Trey Bloods, you know what I mean? You know, New York is the biggest city. And so it's like, come on, man, I don't know. They always talk about, you know, informant rappers or rappers who have taken other people's identity and ran with it. We can go on, you know, with those people in the industry. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be telling, though, like the email said, what type of sentence does he get will say a lot here. If he gets off kind of, you know, slap on the wrist, not a lot, then we may be, man. We don't really have the proof, but don't mean we can't look at the signs and speculate and talk about it and give our commentary on it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now we know he's not going to get sentenced till 2020 in January. So we got damn near a full calendar year before we know anything and before we really have some details as to what's going on. As far as what the person said in the email, I 100% agree. You got to really pay attention to the time. My gut reaction is telling me that he's not an informant. He's a kid, dumb kid who got caught up into life doing dumb shit, and the wall got closed in on him way too quick. They started throwing them real numbers at him. This tells me that the feds and their percentage in getting a man was right on point, because if he would have went to trial, he was doing life, and they know it, and he knows it. So the second he got those numbers, he got scared, and he started singing. He broke a real big code when it comes to the streets, and you just don't do that. Like I said before, initially when we first heard this, if he wasn't about this life, if he was just trying to portray an image, one could possibly Not say that this not to say that you're supposed to, but one could understand him telling you, being in this life, you're supposed to walk and talk this, and understanding what you got into don't look good for you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna I think it's Chevy on TV. I think I'm saying it wrong, but I want to read his comment. He said he wasn't living a lie. He actually was committing crimes, and he's a sucker and a snitch. That's what he says about 6ix9ine. The other one I think is Lucci. They say even if he cooperates with the feds, he will do nothing less than a straight 10 before he goes on parole. If he gets less, he was an informant the whole time since the sexual assault case. And then that's another thing, you know, he does have those other, you know, charges, you know, so he's not going to look, you know, I'm not saying that I want to see him go to jail or nothing like that, but somebody looking at 47 years, I would say, you know, just me gauging it, 10 to 15, that I would think he might, you know, end up being sentenced with, and, you know, that's
what I was thinking, 10 to 15. And you know what else? I'm starting to take away that sympathy card for this dude. I really am. At first, I was feeling bad for the kid, getting into things he wasn't supposed to. And I feel bad to a certain degree, but you out here and you helping insisting on shooting people, you throwing heroin out here, fentanyl, drugs into the community, you ordering hits on people, you portraying this to the kids and then doing this, and then you go and tell on the very people that you were doing the dirt with. That can't be respected.
Right.
That can't be respected. I don't feel bad for what's about to happen. If he goes to jail, he goes to jail. He's going to go to jail. 10 to 15 years should be at least what he gets. And that is what it is, man.
Yeah, and it's like to the people, you know, some people are saying, you know, he's not snitching, there's no proof. Well, according to the New York, you know, Times, they say that at a plea hearing, the prosecution said that Mr. Hernandez's cooperation was likely to reveal criminal activities of other people, and that he may eventually need to be placed in the witness protection. Once again, just to reiterate that, we just got finished talking about that. So everything is moving, you know, to the point, to the instance that he is going to give them all the information that they need in order to get a lighter sentence. And he won't stop now. Like, what's the point? Is like, he's going to tell now that this person did this. What's the point now of stopping once you done gave him, you know, everything about, you know, that you been and doing different, you know, selling kilos and, you know, doing different hits. You're going to tell them who you did the hit with, right? I mean, so it's like, come on, guys. You know what I mean? You gotta use common sense, you know, here, you know, at the end of the day. But sad situation, you know, because a few months ago, we were just talking about, you know, this guy, you know what I mean, going like 8 for 8 on the Billboard charts, and what could be next for the guy. And next thing you know, now the guy's, you know, in prison. You know, people saying he's snitching. It looked like he's snitching now.
And he definitely snitching. They know it looks like he. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. I'm gonna jump to the chat room real quick and just get a little bit off the topic. I seen something that I want to say. Poontang Graves. I hope I'm saying that right. I just recently lost my mom, and I've been in a real dark place. But watching your videos brings me light and puts me in a better mood. I just recently started my own channel and uploading videos. Yeah, we appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. I know I could definitely speak for myself, and oh God, that makes us feel good. Thank you very much. We appreciate the support, definitely.
Yeah,
what we got in here. He's getting at least 15 to 20, no matter whatever he says. This is Fed time. I think he's going to do 10 to 15 years. I think he's going to do 10 to 15 years. My gut reaction is he was never an informant, but I wouldn't be surprised. It makes sense. But my only thing would be, if you were an informant, why would you be admitting that you're carrying out all these acts? And if he indeed, in fact, became an informant after that whole sexual assault case, then that would put him as an informant doing all these. So was he carrying out acts and then reporting back to the feds right after he did these acts? Like, how does that work?
It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Peace, John Deere. It's kind of like you said you're watching Black Klansman. It's like they go in, you know, and you know, they cooperate, and they people, something like, say if we was, you know, in it together and you in the organization, and I'm coming in there infiltrating it, like you saying let's do shit, I'm right with you and shit, like let's do it, knowing all along that I'm setting your ass up, you know what I mean, to be hit. So we may go through all the process and stuff, but then once it dies down, shit, this nigga's in, you know, witness protection somewhere in Idaho with a different name or something, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know, just throwing speculation, you know, out there if that was the case. But, you know, my gut doesn't really tell me that necessarily, but I would not put it past, you know, this regime for doing something like that.
We got a year. We got a year, and we will see what happens.
Right.
Damn, man. 6ix9ine, 10 to 15. We're talking about maybe if he snitched less than that, 47. Damn, man, the numbers is getting crazy. What you seeing over there, man?
I want to read Kristen now. I'm gonna get your opinion on this. Kristen, excuse me, M say, why are so many social media outlets making his plea agreement to snitch? And he had to agree to plea in his best interest because of proof of audio or video he was in. The guilty was against him. Well, real quick, first of all, he was doing crimes with other people. He admitted that he was in the gang. So that means that he would have to take other people down. He didn't do the crimes by himself. He did it with other members, allegedly of the 9 Trey. We know who those people are. We know who just got arrested. According to many outlets, it was because of him pointing, the finger to that. And the reason they didn't put the information out was because they were trying to arrest these individuals and they didn't want them to scurry off. That's all we can say with that. You know what I mean? He's telling everything. So why stop there and say, oh, well, yeah, I was a part of it, but I ain't gonna tell you who did it. Come on, man.
Yeah, for that, you guilty and you're getting all of it. That ain't happening.
Yeah, you got to go all the way.
That ain't happening.
Don't go at all.
We'll see. The Fed sat down with 6ix9ine and laid the book out on. They told him, listen, if you go to court, if you fight this in trial, if you try to go a not guilty plea, you will do life in prison. And so will your other boys. So 6ix9ine sat back and said, okay, yeah, I was in there. I assisted with Shotty, aka XYZ real name, and we carried out this act.
Right.
You told on him. That's a snitch. Point blank period. It's that simple.
I mean, people they want to wait to see the documents, and I'm thinking, that documentation is, beginning to come out. Now I've seen somebody post the front page of the indictment, but we're not really into that, getting too deep into that. You know what I mean? And sifting through that all crazy, like some chin. I mean, that's their thing, more power to you. But we're just dealing with the information that's available. Somebody said Shotty wouldn't be in jail if it wasn't for Snitch9. Social media got them locked up, and Snitch9 was the biggest troll. Definitely social media, and them on social media definitely, played a huge role, in them getting locked up, being stupid as hell.
I'm going to read another comment by Marcus Johnson. Is it really snitching if he felt like the other members didn't have his best interest at hand? Shotty, etc., would have flipped. Is it wrong if he did it first? Is it like a race? I mean, that's a great question. Because if you sitting back in your cell and you like, yo, somebody is telling on me, or you got the feds in your ear saying, yo, if you don't tell, homeboy's about to tell.
They might be lying,
and you don't know the trust and loyalty anyway.
You can't tell though. That's what you
this ain't me and you. If it was me and you sitting in the situation, and I knew you were in that other jail cell, and they were running their mouth about me, or they were running their mouth about you, saying, "Oh yeah, O's about to do this and this and this." I'm laughing in their face. Fuck you, no, he isn't. But sitting in this situation, not really knowing you're doing the music, you're doing this, where was real loyalty ever at anyway? You have no idea.
I mean, you never know. Like you said, they could have, played some audio or them other guys saying some shit about him, or who knows what the feds, like my man, peace to George Bush, said that he was backed into a corner. And I'm sure that, it seemed like the world was collapsing on that little kid, and he cracked under pressure. He was in a situation like we were talking in the pre-production where it was like his life. He's in the cell. Ain't like he out. He's in the cell. He don't have shit like that. He's now contemplating the reality of him never ever getting out. They put this in front of you, and they put this. Okay, well, if you start telling us everything then we'll write the letter to the judge. We probably get you 10, 15. At least you'll be out in your 30s. This is how they gonna do it to him. And he said, you know what? Shit, them guys, because remember the Breakfast Club interview. He denounced them cats for whatever reason. We don't know. Maybe the feds visited him, but he denounced them. He was already setting up, in my opinion, to flip.
We had that conversation earlier. Do you think that the feds had that they kind of met up with him prior to that conversation? Because of the way he was talking, he said, I'm afraid of two things, God and the feds. Right. And the look in his eyes seemed like he just kind of got out of a situation with the feds.
A lot of people said that.
So was it like, okay, listen, man, and then I mean, reports came out that the feds or somebody came and kind of got in his ear saying, listen, if you don't do XYZ real soon, there's people coming after you. Then maybe people potentially coming after other people involved in your family, whatever. We all heard the wild speculations in that. So did he have a conversation and know he may have been in trouble prior, or did he think, or was he starting to tell right then and there? Did he start singing there and thinking that maybe that might have helped him out? Everything's cool. I'm starting to cooperate.
Yeah.
I may not be able to see anything because I'm going to start telling you motherfuckers right now.
I think, first of all, I think this is what I honestly think. I think that he didn't really know the ramifications of what he was doing. He thought that he was a big celebrity. He had money, that he could do whatever the hell he wanted to do, and he would never get caught. And once the reality came that wasn't the reality, his true colors began, to come out, and he began to, start telling him everything he knows. I mean, it's a situation that, who knows, what people would do in this situation. A lot of people, think that it ain't no loyalty, to none of that stuff. Like, fuck it. If I'm in a situation, I'm getting out of this. Forget them dudes. Them dudes was, again, on the Breakfast Club, he said he found out that pretty much they was taking his bread to the tunes of millions of dollars, and, even maybe sleeping with his girl. All types of rumors came out, about the situation, but it's fucked up, dog. It's fucked up.
Indeed. Let me read some more comments. Black Peace. Oh man, he denounced them because the feds told him they were going to kill him. You are hip hop reporters. I guess he's questioning our journalistic expertise.
The feds told him they was going to kill him.
The feds told 6ix9ine that shot and they were going to kill him. So we think. So we were told.
Right. They said a lot of stuff. So in them telling him that, why wouldn't he also say, all right, well, if they're going to kill me, fuck it. No, they did this, they did this, they did this, they did this, which would in turn have him telling prior to it. We're not justifying it being right or wrong, but if you're involved in this life, hey, death threats come with it too, buddy. Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, all right, nigga, you say he's going to kill me. Fuck it, I'm strapped up. You know what I mean? Whoever get who first. This is the way the life go.
If you're involved in that life, that's what it comes with.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, oh, he's going to kill me. Oh, I'm going to tell over him. Nah, I don't go like that. This is the life that these guys chose to live. So some guys just stand up and they take it no matter what. The real G's out there, you know what I mean? You can say whatever you want. Some guys just, they tell.
Oh, got another question by Kyle Smith. How do you guys feel about his kid's mother steady hopping online speaking about him on TMZ so fast? We talked about that a little bit. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of want to play it, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
let's not do that.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy. That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, man, what the hell is she doing? Like jumping on TM. First, I'm like, how much did they pay her to get that interview? But I'm like, why is she jumping on there? I would not, like, if I get locked up, none of my people are going on saying anything. For what? You know what I mean? Let's just declare my name or something I didn't do. But at this point, it's like, it's best of her to just, I think it's clout chasing at this point.
I might say, are we surprised? Are we surprised? This is how he's gotten famous. This is how he's played out. He hooked up with academics. They started promoting the bullshit, doing everything, getting it out there. The baby mamas were out there. What do we expect?
Right.
Do we expect any different than her going out and doing what she did? Now, people can call it a mistake. People can call it crazy. Hey, it's the day and age we live in. TMZ knew exactly what they doing, calling her up because she was going to pick up the phone and they were about to get views and clout. Like you said, anybody involved in our situation, none of our people were about to be anywhere doing interviews, phone calls, or this. They're going to be talking to cops, talking to lawyers, talking to authorities, trying to get us the fuck up out of there.
Exactly.
That's it. And that's it only. Right. But we're in a different age, man, and it's different out here nowadays.
What do you think about, the next question I want to ask you? What do you think about the backlash that he's receiving, from different, not even backlash, but, people pretty much rubbing it in his face. People like my son and, other people coming out and like, man, I told you so. I told you this dude was, wasn't built like that. I told you this dude was a rat. I see a lot of that out there. What do you think of that right now?
You're going to see a lot of kicking while somebody's down.
Right.
We always do. And some people will say 6ix9ine didn't help himself. You don't help yourself going online and consistently telling grown men to go, you know what I mean, down towards your man parts and do that kind of stuff. You don't get any sympathy when you run your mouth and you're braggadocious about this, that, and the third, and you disrespect certain people in certain areas, and you say you're a gang member. You now apparently were a gang member, and you go into certain areas and don't properly check in and do proper protocol in areas, and you're disrespectful. And then this kind of karmatic energy comes to you, you can't help it. People are going to kick you while you're down. Right. Now, is it cool? Nah, it's kind of weak, but it is what it is. You gotta expect it.
The lesson. I mean, there's a lesson in this, children, who may be watching, our younger demographic. Don't even get involved, in the street stuff. We understand that people have certain paths to go through in their life, and it may end up there. But, in my opinion, that's the easy way out. To go out and sell the drugs and, that lifestyle. Stand up and be a man. Right. Go get yourself a business. Get a corporation. Do it the hard way. But go ahead. You got to.
Yeah, my man JB, I keep seeing it run through the chat room. He said you would sing too if you found out your man's was robbing you. He keeps making it a point that Shotty was robbing 6ix9ine, and maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, JB, you saying that 6ix9ine is justified in telling because of that? What do you think about that?
I wouldn't say that justifies him as telling.
No, it doesn't.
Pretty much nothing. You know what I mean?
Not if you're in that life, man.
Right. You're in that life. Y'all, claim this set together. The notion is you go down with the ship.
You handle that situation. Now right. You and I, we ain't gangsters. We don't claim to be in the street or anything, but we don't walk under those rules for certain reasons, because that's not the life that we live. But we understand the code. We have friends, we have family that happen to do certain things. So we understand. You can't do those things. Even if he is robbing you, you approach that situation behind the scenes and you take care of that situation. Now, if you choose not to do business with him anymore, so your choice, but you never go down with the ship. This is I'm remembering 6ix9ine. Now, people got on 6ix9ine for saying this. We got on 6ix9ine for saying this. If he found out who shot Tupac, would he tell? He said, absolutely not. People thought it was crazy. People thought it was this and that. But kind of this is what people are getting on 6ix9ine for telling.
Your business.
You got to handle your business.
Go handle your business. I mean, if it's to that point, just go do what you got to do at that point. I mean, it happens anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, definitely. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and Sandman going in tonight on this Friday. Everybody that's listening and people that's coming in right now, do me a favor, hit that like button and make sure that y'all go ahead and share this video. Let them know that we're live talking about the 6ix9ine. Anybody got any other questions? That they want to, ask. I see Drama House Big Hen. Peace to you, brother. I seen your channel a few times.
Yeah, shout out to George. Sure, my bad, bro. George Bush in the building, one of the longtime supporters of the platform. Shout out to you in the building. Shout out to everybody listening and watching. We were supposed to have a phone line open, but we've been kind of busy doing some things. Apologize on that. Right. Yeah, man. The topic of the story: 6ix9ine. Looking like he's about to do some football numbers. Crazy. Singing. I heard somebody say he was singing like Shaka Khan with the fan draws.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, just to recap. Do you blame him?
Do I blame him?
Do you blame him?
Yeah, I blame him. I got to say that I blame him because of all the images that I've seen, the videos that I can go back, he was disrespecting cats to the utmost. Cats in Chicago, Houston, LA, San Antonio, all types of different things. This kid thought that he was invincible. So, I guess you want to say his honor. I mean, like we were saying earlier with Jay-Z, he said that that's the code of the street is cats don't snitch. You did all that, like Frank Lucas, you did all, the crime. Now you're going to snitch. Even though you was taking down cop, you should have went down, with the ship. Because I guess they say that's the honorable thing to do because you was in that lifeline, like that style, So you go down with the ship. But yeah, I definitely blame him because he betrayed an image that he really wasn't. So that would make him a fake and fraud at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Oh God, Jim Laps asks, why is hip hop the only genre of music with these problems? Now you think about country, you think about, I guess, alternative.
That's easy.
Pop.
I mean, it's like, look where these guys come from. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that, you might not have, country pop singers who may have their, they may have domestic issues, drunk driving, substance abuse, guys is in the streets. What comes with the streets is drugs, guns, the fast life, killing, stabbing, murdering. It's no secret what happens in the street, the underworld. It's been like this since the beginning of the time. So it's like that to me, that's, you got these young guys who are coming up from nothing, never had anything, getting millions of dollars, in hours and days, and they don't really know how to manage, the fame. They don't know how to manage the money. They don't know how to manage, manage anything, for that nature. So they get carried away. They always say that money is just going to make you into bigger than what you already were. As far as like, if you were already doing something, you're going to do more of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, these guys was thugging. They keep thugging.
My perspective on that is it's you ask why this is the only genre with this only problems. My question would be, why is it the only genre with media so heavily covering the drama? Now, when I think about that question, I think about a culture that's so popular, a culture that's so mimicked, a culture that's so just iconic. They got to talk about something, and rather than talk about the beauty in it, they're going to highlight the negative, as they've systematically done throughout time. When you look at a genre with rap, it's the most culturally driven genre of music out there. It's the most just life-changing music out there. Hip hop changes lives, it bridges gaps. So when they seen that and realized that early, they realized that drama just has to be involved with it. So when we see the bad lyrics, even though bad lyrics are in alternative music, rock music, and everything else, it's heightened and publicized on here. When we
they promote it.
East Coast, West Coast beef is out there. Even though this country singer might have knocked the shit out of his wife, we're not going to hear about that necessarily because
they
that's
talking
not
about
the genre.
Mountains and fucking their dog in the back of the pickup.
You know what I mean?
These guys is talking about how many bricks they sold, why they shot this dude, and why they fucked this dude's girl, and what type of mollies they popped, what type of hot strippers is busting it open. This is the lifestyle that is promoted, you know, in hip hop. This is why we're having these problems. If you have people talking about stocks and bonds and Basquiat painting, we will be breeding, but we breed, you know what I'm saying, negativity. But because we always talk about that with the and people got on us for coming at Future for some reason when they promote this stuff,
whatever.
They're influential, so people are going to do that. Like if you wear this hat right here, when you was Jay-Z, tomorrow 1 million people may have that hat. You know what I mean? You say, "Look, I sold dope." They want to sell dope. It just is what it is. I want to drink Ciroc. People started drinking Ciroc. They have influence, and that's why I said the thing about Puffy. Excuse me. They have influence, and they've been influencing people, you know, negatively for a long time and getting filthy rich off of it.
Yeah,
that just is what it is.
They've been buying off they popularity. They've been buying off their influence. For years and years, they put a dollar amount on that influence and they tell somebody to go and do and say what they want. Future, no matter how popular we are for saying it, he's one of those people whose influence was bought off, especially when you think about the drugs that he promotes and the drugs that he does. There is very hypocritical in what he says because he doesn't even do the drugs that he does or promotes. And he was one to say that he was afraid to even tell people he stopped drinking lean because it thought it would hurt his sales. So your influence was bought from the beginning. So yeah, you deserve the criticism. And we all have a responsibility out here. I say that numerous times. The bigger and bigger our platforms get, our heads don't get bigger. The responsibility grows bigger and the more humble we become because we realize the narrative that we steer could potentially either hurt or really help a situation. Yeah. So when you see the popularization of the nonsense, when you see our rappers and our young people getting online and beefing with each other, yelling at each other, throwing on the chains and running their mouth, and it's counterproductive, and it's exactly what they want. And
it's like we never we talk about a lot of times with the hip hop media, we really dig into what people say and the beats. Well, we very rarely ever get into the lyrical content and what these guys are actually saying. Once we start to dig deep into that, then we see exactly, you know, where this is this outrage is coming from, because it's like, you know, Kendrick Lamar, his lyrics are different, you know, than, you know, a street rapper, you know what I mean? So he has a different, you know, impact with his lyrics than, you know, say somebody, I mean, you know, just throw a rapper out there who influences kids to do negative things like sell drugs, shoot people and stuff like that. So yeah.
Indeed. Another question I got, Robert Roby. Do y'all think 6ix9ine will still have his fans and continue to make money?
Yeah, definitely.
For how long? I mean, it's going to end sometime.
At some point, yeah. He definitely won't make as much if he was out, of course. But I mean, you know how that. I don't know how that works too much with the music, but I think he'll still make money off his music as long as it's spinning, pretty much, right?
How long do you think it'll spin, though? I mean, he'll make money as long as it's spinning, and it's probably about to do some good spins, probably for the next year until he gets the gavel down and we find out his ultimate fate. He'll probably do some spins, but realistically, after we get that verdict in 2020, how long do you think it lasts?
You know, the crazy part about this is, you know, the lawyer fees and, you know, his assets and things being frozen. He's probably gonna have to spend a big chunk of what he has left, you know, fighting this case. You know what I mean? And remember, all the reports came out months ago that he was buying Rolexes and G-Wagons, all this money. That's crazy. You would think that he knew he was getting out at this point, but yeah, you know, like you say, a year, maybe two, and then, you know, it'll begin to die out. Definitely.
It's scary because we were talking about, even prior to this news going on, we were saying that 6ix9ine was almost an afterthought already. Yeah, already. Yeah, and this is after an album. This is after a year that he was on fire, and that quick snap of a finger, you can be forgotten about. He'll still have his various people out here keeping his name relevant for a little while, but when we talk about 10, 15 shit, we talk about, even if he was an informant and he did 6, that's longer than what did Smurda do? He didn't do 6 years, did he? What did he do?
6, 7.
Jesus Christ, that
long? Quick. It goes quick. Yeah,
it goes quick, man. So I would want to say that he didn't make the kind of music to transcend people to keep him in his fan base, but he had a real loyal fan base. So it depends on the number, man. If he's doing 10 to 15, I highly doubt it. If he's doing 6, maybe. But then even with that 6 comes a stigma. So we'll just see what the loyal ones think.
Yeah, man. You know, you said 2020, you know, he'll be sentenced. So, you know, that time is going to be crazy. Peace to you. I seen that comment, Charles Fisher, a little earlier. I wanted to say peace to you. I appreciate that, you know, what you said. But yeah, man, definitely. This is a crazy, crazy situation. It's a quick, you know, recap if people are just joining in. You know, 6ix9ine earlier today did make a plea deal with the feds. You know, he is facing 47 years, you know, in prison. But by all accounts, he's giving them all information, you know, that they need. JB, yeah, he says, didn't Smurda have a self-snitching song? Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, and a few guys did, you know, where they pretty much told themselves and they pieced the case together and got them guys out. Yeah, definitely.
Indeed, man. When I'm trying to look at some comments right now, just basically still on the topic of whether or not 6ix9ine will be relevant once he gets out of jail.
Right.
I'm going to be at a mindset of no. I don't think that he's a Bobby Smurda. I think that Bobby Smurda kind of was a little more revolutionary than a 6ix9ine was. 6ix9ine was based more off of Gimmick. And what I mean by Gimmick is he was showing off a lot of the nonsense he was doing, but he wasn't ready for the consequences, as obviously we see. I don't see 6ix9ine being able to sustain enough momentum to carry on outside of his prison sentence. His music wasn't that transcending. I was never a fan of it, and that's not me hating on it. I'm just saying from a lyrical standpoint, there's going to be another 6ix9ine that's going to be able to fill what he did musically. No one's going to miss that musically. When he comes back out, he's not going to come back out the same braggadocious dude running and screaming. If he does, he's stupid. So now I think he might be done. Now, unless you said, like we talked about earlier, like you said, maybe he transitions into the Latin market, which I was talking about him doing prior to him even getting locked up, trying to transition into there, get away from that shit that you were promoting because you're about to get in trouble. And then we see what happens. Outside of that situation, him going all the way Latin, I don't see it.
Yeah, he may, you know, might have to stick a fork in him. He may be done. Definitely an unfortunate, you know, situation dealing with the feds. Never good. You know, very few people actually make it out of the clutches, you know, of the fans. So yeah, man, we did it. Damn, man, we did 47 minutes tonight. That's crazy.
We didn't expect that.
Nah, not at all.
Didn't, but that's thanks to y'all, man, dropping these great questions. We're trying to get the phone one. Like we said, it's a 2-man show over here, so we had some things going on, but nonetheless, we appreciate all y'all support and engagement, man, for keeping this show rocking as long as it did.
Yeah.
Learning lesson out this situation is for the young people watching or the young people that may be following 6ix9ine, just to wrap it all up from my perspective. First off, stay off of social media if you're doing something crazy. If you're involved in any activity where you could potentially get yourself or people involved in some serious time doing football numbers, you need not need a phone. Go get you a Nokia, one of the flip joints that you could sit there and just do and stay the fuck off of social media. Number 2, let your art and your business speak for itself. You don't got to go out here and clout chase or do anything you outside of who you are to sell your music. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, you got Dave East, a lot of great rappers out here doing what they do, just being genuine, man. So just lessons to learn by.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate that. You know, people coming in. I think that stop and just think for a second. We appreciate that. They say new sub, good show. We definitely appreciate it. Go to the Uncensored Truth official channel, the Uncensored Truth. All you gotta do is look in the description box, you know, and go follow. That's our official channel over there where we do our thing, you know, over there on YouTube. Yeah, man, a great, you know, show. Once again, every Friday night, though, you can check us out on this channel at 8 p.m. every single Friday night. I want to give a shout out to Mommy Rika for holding it down with the wrench. You know what I mean? Tonight, she held it down in all by herself. We appreciate you definitely. But yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in there that was keeping it clean, keeping it gangster, always keeping it real. We appreciate you. I see Kristen M keep asking about baby number 2 results. Do you think Jade will stick around? I'm sorry, love. I have no idea who the fuck Jade is.
Yeah, me either.
That's why I wasn't answering your question. I don't know who. If somebody can help her with that, I don't know who Jade is.
Right.
No idea.
Somebody put Snitch 9 is not FBI informant number 9. I guess he meant is now FBI informant. Strategy King up here. What's up, Strategy King?
Maybe.
What's going on, man? Yeah, man. You know, that dude looks like, so over the next few days, I think, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think the paperwork is out. So over the next few days, it's going to be a lot more coming out. You know, right now as we look, you know, he's trending number 3 on Google. So it's going to be a hot, topic for a while. It'll die down and then it'll pick back up again once again, once he goes to trial.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Or get sentenced, excuse me.
Right.
Yeah, at this point.
We'll see, man. The saga continues. We got till 2020 to talk about it. So
Yes,
I'm sure we'll talk about it more. Kristen M said that Jade was the one that he bought the car for. All right, bet. And this is also her first time watching the show, so we appreciate y'all in here. Do I think she'll stick around? Hell no. No.
When the money go, when the honey, what is it? The money goes. What does the shit go? Jay-Z, Fabulous. When the money goes, the honeys go. So I forgot. Yeah, put that in the chat room. I know that
she's
song.
Fucking gone.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah, definitely.
She's sticking around, man.
Yep.
Let's get a couple. What we see in here? I see somebody. Where y'all from? It's always Jersey in the building. 6ix9ine. We repping Jersey to the fullest, man. Let me get this music on. Why don't y'all drop your area codes in the building before we get up out of here? Read a couple questions.
It goes when the money goes, where the honey stay. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Remember that joint? Yeah. That's my shit right there.
Indeed,
I'll listen to that when we get out of here. But yeah, man, definitely. Drop them area code. I see Philly in the building, Las Vegas, 215-702, 619 San Diego, 404 in the building, 516 Jersey, 856. My man George Bush, 813. We getting it in.
Jay Murray's in the building, 504-561, 504-502, 214-314-902.
Pville,
510. Bay Area's in the building. What up? 609 Pville. Jersey's in the building. We love Jersey. 216-504-301-718. 408-310 and the 856. Jersey's in the building.
Yeah.
Trinidad's in the building.
Oh shit. Flint, Michigan. Peace to y'all. How's that water situation out in Flint, man? Peace to y'all out there.
Bay Area. 215-602-401. Vegas is in the building. 702. We appreciate it, man. Oh God, and I were talking last week, man. We about to take a vacay. We've been working real hard at the Uncensored Truth podcast.
Yeah.
Uncensored Truth podcast officially about to hit a year next month. Our 1 year anniversary. We about to take a little vacay, man. So what city should we hit out there for the people, man? We're here in Louisiana. Louisiana definitely shows us some love.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Here Vegas, here Miami. Where should we come in? 301. What up?
Atlantic City. What up? What up, AC?
AC's in the building.
That's what's up.
401-203 Oakland. Yeah, that's where my family's at. 510.
Somebody's Christians put what part of Jersey? We down south.
Southern Jersey.
Bottom. Savannah, Georgia. What's going on? I love it down there in Savannah. Very beautiful, beautiful town.
I've never been down there, man. It's
beautiful.
I hit Atlanta a little bit, but I never got to check out the scene out there. We got Georgia's another one, man. We were talking about Georgia.
Yes.
They got a nice vegan spot out there, Slutty Vegan. I'm trying to go check that burger joint out. Whoever ate Slutty Vegan out there? Is anybody from Atlanta ever tried Slutty Vegan? I heard that shit was all that.
I want to give a shout out to my man too, who gave us the apparel right here, the hat the Sandman has on. AC7 apparel right here. I hope you're watching, brother. We do appreciate it. I wore a hat yesterday to let you know. You know what I'm saying? He sent us this beautiful, beautiful merchandise. You know what I mean? So go check that, brother. AC7 apparel. Let's get it.
902-773 Chi-Town in the building. 718 Indeed. 214 Dallas, Texas. I love fucking Texas.
My man put Trinidad. He said Carnival in Trinidad. Yo, Trinidad will be crazy.
Trinidad would be bananas.
Y'all don't want us to come to Trinidad.
Y'all don't want us to come to Trinidad. how is that ganja out in Trinidad? If you had the ganja connect, your boys might have to come on out there.
Yes, sir. Pville AC stand up all day. I love that comment,
fucking
bro.
Day. Jersey's in the building.
How often do you guys live stream? Once a week on this channel and on Uncensored Truth podcast, probably once, but we're going to be picking up the frequency of that real soon. Just all you got to do is subscribe and hit that notification button.
Indeed. We'll shoot 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are our primary days. We go live on Friday. Like Oga said, we're going to bring in another live day. You never know when you can catch us throughout the week. We are on Wednesday this week. We might be on tomorrow. Yeah. Whenever the news is popping, oh God, now we get up and we try to deliver it as best we can for you guys, man. So you can expect us anytime. Like oh God said, hit that notification bell on this channel, Viral Hip Hop News, and of course, the Uncensored Truth Podcast official channel. All those links in the description box.
Yes, sir.
Click those links, man, and you'll get all the info for sure.
Yes, sir. With that being said, man, we are out of here. Everybody, if you didn't already, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you still share this podcast, with a friend. All you got to do is just hit the little share button for me on Facebook. We do appreciate that. That's all I got, fam.
Indeed, that's all I got, man. Shout out to everyone who stayed involved, who stayed connected with the chat, with the conversation. We appreciate y'all. Can I come smoke with y'all? Look, if you're in the Jersey, I don't know if you can come smoke with us. We get busy. We get busy. And we here to prove that. We got the Wake and Bake podcast coming soon exclusively on Viral Hip Hop News. That's going to be another podcast we got popping for y'all.
Yeah.
We are businessmen to the T. We're not the businessmen. We are the business man. We don't play any games. So check that out real soon. 719 in the building, man. I'm just bullshitting. We about to get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Battle by the Bay. That was my high school, P-ville High School. I remember that going against the AC. Appreciate that for putting that in there. If you know Battle by the Bay, you from Pleasantville. You got to know that. Like he's proven that he's from Pleasantville.
All right, so I'm gonna give a little bit of trivia real quick. Who played for the Atlantic City Seagulls? Uh-oh.
That's old as shit.
RBG, who played for the Seagulls, bro? Let them know who played for the Seagulls. Let them know who's in the city messing with. Go ahead, tell them.
I see you, Glassboro.
Indeed, Jersey 856. What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Definitely. I'm near AC. Come through and blow. 06. Oh, 06. Okay, I'm 03. 03. That's what's up. All right, man. We out of here, though, man.
We out.
Peace. Y'all have a great night, man. Be safe out
there. He said R. Kelly, the aura.
Oh, man. All right, bro.